So one thing that we spent a lot of time on was commissioning. We spent about almost 3 months on actual commissioning of the facility, going through all the test scenarios. We did what's called a level 5 commissioning on all the equipment, and it's a very modular facility. So as expansion goes up, all we do is just get the new equipment, pop it in, and everything's already pre-plumbed, ready to go. All the piping has already been put in, all the conduits runs. So all we're doing is basically just popping in a very modular UPSs, modular chillers, modular cry units. So we actually have 10 carriers. The first day we were open, we had already 10 carriers built in, had already equipment was provisioned. I don't know if you recall, our meeting room actually launched last year. In December, yeah. And we did that on purpose so that it would give the carriers the time to get all their equipment purchased, get all the fiber runs, do all that work. So the first customers are already lighting up circuits, which is nice. We have another 10 carriers that we're working with right now, and that's probably about 6 months out to get that list of next 10 carriers. There's already about 3 that we haven't even done press releases on that have already signed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually right now we are at 20%. We have filled the facility with 20% capacity of actual people moving in. I mean, we did a lot of work beforehand to make sure that day one the customers were able to bring their equipment in.
Okay,
so a lot of caging was already set up. Their suites, not their suites, but their caged areas, their racks, everything was ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Our major focus was definitely on the SMB market when we launched the facility. That's why we went after the quarter rack, with some power allocation that's separate from anybody else. Nobody else can touch it, and also the fiber runs are separate. That way you have your true little quarter rack area. It's been interesting for us that we're seeing a lot of enterprise, high level enterprise. I mean, named accounts coming to us. That was a good eye opener for me. So I believe that we will have a nice mix and match of a customer base, hosting companies, and also enterprise customers at the same time. No. It's interesting because the customer, they're coming to us on the RFP side because there's only so many facilities that can do the high density.
Right.
So it's the only real thing that we are changing around are getting really good at doing RFPs with a quick turnaround. I know our marketing department has been very involved in that, so that the RFP process is very streamlined and clean. That is the biggest difference. You typically don't see that with smaller customers or a full blown RFP. Definitely both. I believe that there's a large amount of data centers in Phoenix. They're single tenant. This is what I was talking to somebody. I mean, if it has like one of the largest per capita, whatever you want to call it, of square footage in the nation, but they're single tenant facilities. You have your Wells Fargo, your Bank of America, your American Express. All the big players have major sites there, but they're single tenants. So multi tenants are definitely underserved in that market. Well, yes, the disaster recovery. I mean, the catastrophic risk is very, very minimal. There isn't any. That's definitely one thing that you're looking for in a facility, wherever you're going to build it in the nation. Also, the power costs are for the average power cost is relatively low if you look at the whole nation. So that's another big motivator. SRP, which is a company that we're using, has won several years in a row like #1 electrical company in the nation. A lot of awards for customer service and just uptime. Yeah, our business plan was definitely more of a 3-year. We're very conservative, but we've already blown this month. We've already blown through. I think we're like 3 months ahead already, where we should have been. I honestly, I can see myself doing the next major phase build out for the facility, probably early next year. Again, the largest amount of time that's going to take, it's not so much the equipment. I can pay extra to get equipment rushed. I'm not worried about that. It's the commissioning time. We're definitely very involved in making sure everything's tested. So commissioning will actually take me longer than getting equipment in and getting everything, everything's already kind of pre-laid out. Yeah, so what we have done, we focused on a dedicated cross-connect room, dedicated meet-me room. We've given carriers very good deals as far as space and power. We don't charge them a monthly cross-connect fee. We have a very reasonable one-time fee just to cover our costs that we charge them. We also try to partner with them as far as promotions and things that they want to do to move their product, move bandwidth. That's really what they want to do at the end of the day, is just move their bandwidth or transport services, etc. So we make it very easy for them. We're very transparent of who's in the facility. Some data centers you go and you have to hunt around to figure out. It's on our website. We have direct contacts with all the reps in those, and we make warm introductions to them back and forth. So I think that's how we differentiate a little bit than a typical data center operator. Well, again, hosting providers, what they want a facility that they can show to their clients. We make it very easy. We have a lot of areas they can utilize. We do a lot of lunch and learns. We allow our customer base to do that in our facility. A lot of areas they can meet up with their clients and kind of use it as their own. A lot of carrier diversity also. And that's one thing that hosting providers want. They want that control, that different blended bandwidth that they can get, etc. So there's a lot of options for them there. Also, just the fact that we're very flexible on how you can grow, from all the way from the quarter cab. Because there's a lot of good hosting companies that, if they can be dense, they can run on very small servers, and then grow from a quarter cab to a half rack, to a full rack, to their own dedicated cage area, and just make it a very easy progression path for them.